Hi. We finally move on to the next chapter, tuples. Tuple. What is tuple? Tuple. Okay. Okay, by the way, last time tried to write down something, the email address, right? Domain name. I had a terrible writing using mouse. Okay, so I try to do better. Okay, I improve my teaching. So you improve yourself too. So what is tuple? Okay, let's look at it. Okay, shall we? Immutable. We know that mutable mutation. Something can change. So mutable, changeable. Okay, immutable, unchangeable. Which means once you have created tuple, the data exists. You cannot modify it. Can only be read. So read only. Yeah, you can consider it's only read only. Yeah, that is another way to remember. Okay, if you don't like this fancy word, immutable. Okay, let me try. Can I write down something? Okay, better. Sorry, I need to delete it. Still not working very well. Readable. Okay, not your fault. My fault. Okay. Okay, readable. Now right back. So it's pretty much like a list. Okay. Teacher, you said that dictionary is advanced version of the list. But what about a tuple? Dictionary, a little bit like a list, but they have a very distinctive feature is that you retrieve the data, the value, by using the key. What's a tuple? Tuple almost like a list, but read only. Okay. But one very interesting aspect is that you actually can compute the tuple. It's a comparable. Okay, you can compare the tuple. You can consider it data. Okay, and hashable. You can put it into the hash. You can sort. List of them. If you have a list of tuple, you can compare. You can decide it which one is larger. Okay, etc. You can even use this as a key. Okay, use as a key. Well, that could be a very useful application. So what is that? So let's move on. Okay, and so okay, I need to back here. Here's some example. Basically, use a command to separate list of value. Yeah, we know this. We have learned a lot about this from the list and dictionary. Yeah, but here is a key information. We need to use parentheses. Okay, parentheses here. Okay. Left parentheses, right parentheses. Traditional parentheses we use to override some operating order, right? When we do the math, for example, if you do the math, 1 plus 2, okay, and you times 3, okay, we know that this will be done, right? Associate first, right? And then the result will do this, right? So if you want to override this, we can use a parenthesis, right? Okay, so tuple, the parentheses have another purpose, another way using the tuple, just kind of to create a boundary. Okay, the first element to with the common till the end element. Okay. Okay, so what about you just have a one element, the tuple? Quite interesting. You may think why people want to create only single element, a tuple? Don't you feel it's lonely? Yeah, you will find sometimes you just need to create one tuple, one single element. But be careful, if you want to create one, be sure to have a final comma. Okay, here. I can still not deal with this very properly, okay? So, okay, so how can I do this? Oh, I need to use a mouse to scroll, make it easy, okay? I need to get used to this technological gadget. Okay, if you not knowing about this, if you just ignore this, for example, you use a tuple, you want to create one tuple, but you forgot the final command right here. Okay, they will consider a string, right? Because it's a string contain one element, one character, one letter, okay? And this will be considered a, string can calculate, can concatenate, okay? So you can consider, okay, it's a little bit like here. Oh. Okay, so the end result will be totally different because this T2 will become a string type. It's not tuple. Okay, so small, tiny subtlety, but make a whole difference. Okay, like list and dictionary, if you want to create use of built-in functions like a list dict, you can use that to create an empty tuple without any argument you put into. Of course, you can initialize if you want to. Okay, so let's see how to do it. You can put into the sequence like a string, a list, or even a tuple. It's a little bit confusing. I'm creating a tuple. Why do you give me a tuple? Okay. So here's an example. The tuple, you can print it. They will distribute in this sequence into each one. Okay, and what about you give a list, put in here. Okay, later on we'll just try it. Okay, after you create it, you can access it the same way we do with index. We need to use the bracket, square bracket, right? We know. Sorry, I need to switch to my drawing mode, the bracket. Okay, in list here need to be number starting from 0. Okay, and in dictionary we can actually put a key. Okay, mostly it's a string, right? Key. Why? Okay. So let's back a minute. And the same, just like list, we can slice it. Okay, for example, I want to extract this part. Oh, I see, because this is a fantastic tool. So if I stop writing, they will automatically switch to the selection. See, the selection. Okay, it's a nice tool, but just I'm kind of stupid using this. Sorry, too advanced. So you can slice, you can extract the small part of this. Okay, like this. Okay, brilliant. Yeah. So let's move on. And but if you try to modify, ding ding, we just have set we cannot modify, right? If you try to do this, okay, 0, you try to assign a new member, new element, you try to replace, try to reassign, because you have the tuple, the first element with index 0, right? So try to modify it. It is disallowed, right? You are not allowed to do that. You will get the error message, okay? But you can concatenate with something, use some skill to create a new one, and then use the previous variable to reference it to get that value. Okay, it is a little bit confusing when you read this. You cannot modify the element of the tuple, but you can replace one tuple with another. What does that mean? You cannot modify the element, some element, right? But you can replace the whole tuple with another one. Okay. Yeah. If you feel crazy about this, okay, stick with me. Yeah, this life. Yeah. If you create something, you cannot editing some of it. You can replace as a whole. You can delete whole. You use another one to replace. That's okay. Okay. So this is a tricky example. Original one is A, B, C, D, E, 5-element tuple, but now you use a slice operator and you create a new tuple, only one element. You kind of concatenate, kind of join together, okay, by using this magic connect plus. Okay, that's it. That's the explanation. I hope that I'm not going to update. Sorry, it's not the right time. Okay, so let's try a little bit. We know list is 1, 2, 3, right? And dictionary is this, right? They have a different blanket. The dictionary use curly, right? And the list use what? Use what? Square, okay? And tuple, when you define it, you use parentheses, okay? Look like very cute, right? But when you need to access it, you need to retrieve. Everybody become square, okay? Okay, I hope you know what I'm talking about. So dictionary, you need to use key. Okay, let's assume we have a key. 1, 2, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, tuple. Okay, you can 1, 2, 3. Okay, you can print list, dictionary, tuple. Okay, when we talk about list, we have a very flexible inside data element, right? Can we do that in the tuple? Let's try. Can we reassign a tuple? Maybe 1, 2, and for example, third element is a Python. The fourth element is a floating number, and the last element is another tuple. Can we do that? Let's try. A, B, C. Another tuple Yes, you can. Wow. So the same flexibility as we have in list, okay? But the only thing is that once you establish this, if you try to do this, you can retrieve tuple 0, right? You can retrieve tuple 1. You can retrieve tuple 2. Python, the same, tuple 2, the first element, that will be P, right? So this is a very straightforward tuple. But if you tuple 4, can you do that? Yes. But what about I want to change this Python? I want to say, okay, tuple 2. I want to change you because you forgot Python. P should be big letter. Can you do that? No, you cannot modify this. Sorry, you cannot modify this. Okay. So in the text say that, okay, if I want to do this, how do I do that? Because it's immutable. What about we slice this? We slice this. Okay. We extract this and we extract this. And we use a one tuple. Can we use another tuple? Okay, only one element. We kind of concatenate this 3. Can we do that? I don't know. I haven't tried it yet, but I decided to do it. Okay, I have a T. Can I slice the T from the beginning to 0, 1, 2, 2? Yeah, I retrieve from the beginning. You know, if I not indicating the 0, which means from the very beginning, right? Not including the 2. Okay, so it's 0, 1. Okay, so what about this? What about this from here to here? That would be 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 to the last one, right? 3 to the last one. T is 3 to last one. Okay, not indicating the last. Okay. Now I want to create a tuple called Python. Can I do that? Yeah, I have a new tuple here. Okay, so if I try to do something like this, I copy everything together, chain them together, plus Python, this new tuple with a common, okay, and the last one, the previous tuple from 3 to here, I just copy from here, right? Okay, do you notice? Copy from here, okay. Logically, if I type it all right, I check it again. Yeah, it's okay. I think that's correct. Ding ding. Yeah, it works. Yeah, actually, I create a new tuple, and if I do this, I assign it to T. Remember, our previous T is a small letter with a content of a small letter Python, right? Where is it? Where it is? Here, right? Okay, now, yeah, I replace it. So now you will print it out. Now become the new element. Okay, so it works. You cannot directly modify because it's read-only, but you can recreate one, okay, and use that variable and assign back to that variable, okay. And once you do that, that tuple become read-only. You cannot change the inside item, okay. That's mutable. Okay, so you got an idea. Pretty similar to list, but have some mysterious capability disallowing people to change the content, maybe by accidentally, okay? By accident, not accidentally. So let's move on to, no, before we move on, we need to have a rest. I need to drink a couple teas, okay? 拜拜。